Hey everybody, Nubkeks here, and in today's video I'm going to guide you through a replay of our first run here through the Sanguine Depths on Mythic difficulty. Of course, very important that you want to be doing these dungeons all on Mythic difficulty in Week 1 and Week 2 here of Shadowlands to get the best gear possible, to get you really well set up for when the raid comes out. As you can see, we're around 144 item level. I'm obviously going to be pausing, zipping around, fast forwarding, all the rest in this video. If you want to see the full, raw, unedited, fun run, that will be up on my Patreon for the patrons over there. So you can check it out there. And of course, we'll be doing lots of dungeons live on Twitch and all the rest if you want to come check those out too. But yeah, going through the start of this dungeon, there's actually not too much really in terms of trash. It's pretty simple stuff. The most interesting thing is definitely these jars. This is a Venthyr specific thing. So if you are in the Venthyr Covenant, you can activate this jar. It's going to pulse out an aura. I think we're going to pull these back and attempt to do this here. And if you kill enemies near the jar, it will give you a buff to your damage and your healing, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's definitely the main thing happening. You can see we're activating it, and you can see that aura around on the ground, kind of sucking in the sort of sucky blood effect. As stuff's dying, you can see this buff start to stack up. We've got 2 stacks. And yeah, I think we actually get up to 3 stacks here. But yeah, it's going to give you a little bit of damage done. Pretty straightforward. Kind of nice. So try to min-max that a little bit. You can see we're getting 15%, so 5% damage and healing per stack. But not really much else happening with the ads. I think we can skip ahead. Yeah, these ads are all pretty simple. Let's go into the first boss, which is where things actually start to matter a bit more. We're doing it. I think our tank did have to kite a little bit from these. They're doing a little bit of damage. He got a bit low. But I think they're just general damage. Right. First boss is Kryxis the Voracious. As you saw right there, he does a headbutt attack on the tank, knocks them back. So just don't tank him at the edge and get knocked off, or you'll be very sad and embarrassed because this boss is very easy. Juggernaut Rush. This is one of his main abilities, really the main ability. You can see I soaked it there with Dispersion. That's a 75% damage reduction. It took off 1/4 of my health, so it does hit you pretty hard. If you're lower on life, it will certainly probably one-shot you on Mythic 0. So do be careful about that. You can obviously soak it with an immunity. You could do it solo with the defensive just fine on Mythic 0, no stress. I think as well you can also soak it with your teammates. This is his other attack. He does that smash attack. It's going to leave these orbs. You can intercept the orbs when you do. They're going to do a pulse of damage. Again, on Mythic 0, it's really not that bad. And as you saw right there, if they reach the boss and they explode, it does give the boss some stacking damage. It gave him, in fact, 2 stacks, which was 4% more damage. I mean, 4% more damage. No big deal. It's totally fine. You can see our rogue, he just took that solo and he survived, took the hit just fine. So not much going on with this boss, to be completely honest. I think he's fairly easy. Really no stress. You could basically ignore most of the mechanics and you'll be fine for Mythic 0. Okay, we get a little bit spicy there. If all the orbs just hit him, we just said, you know what, we don't care, just let them all hit him. But again, it looks scary, but we didn't die, so we're all good. I think we can safely skip ahead. Coming through here, again, not much happen. There's a lot of trash in this instance, and none of them are all that crazy bad. I think we pulled a big pack here, and I ended up in a little bit of trouble. That was our biggest problem with this instance, was pulling a little bit too big. One fun thing here, actually, was that one of these mobs does become enraged, and what the guys were saying was that when they soothed him, he just fell over dead instantly when he was soothed. So I'm kind of curious to see if we can spot that actually happen. This grubby dirt cruncher. Yeah, so he got soothed and he instantly fell over dead. So that's definitely a little tip for you. Soothe the guy that gets enraged and free kill, basically. Coming through here, again, we're coming through. You see there's these little jars that you can use. You're fighting these ads. Yeah, there's not much, honestly. I feel like this is quite a bit easier. I'm going to kick the fiery cantrips to make it a little bit more simple. Again, try not to stand in the explosions. And that's most of it, honestly. Lots of little explosions, just stuff to dodge. But just sort of AoE the stuff down. Don't stand in the bad things on the floor and you're good. You're going to be essentially clearing around a whole semicircle here to actually get to the boss. So we'll skip ahead to the boss. There's a couple of things with the boss to watch out for. Alright, we're coming up to the boss here. This is the Executioner. Oh, the music's getting very aggro. Our tank griefing us, going to get his flesh. He's gotta get the best fleshcraft possible. Now, if I go back a little bit, this is where things get a bit more interesting. Yeah, get over here, tank. Come on, tank the boss, goddammit. Executor Tarvold. So these 2 ads, they become these lasers that circle the room. They go in opposite directions. One is on the inside, one is on the outside. Now, obviously, they're going to intersect here. So if you're standing where you pulled the boss, you're not going to be able to dodge the lasers. Right? So you want to move slightly to the side so you've got time to move between the 2. So here we go. First, we're going to go this way. There's going to be one on the inside. We're going to have the one on the outside coming then as well. So just step in, avoid that. And that's sort of the rhythm of this. He's leaving these permanent patches as well, so you're going to be moving around. But yeah, we just need to be aware. There's going to be a patch on the laser coming on the inside, so we're going to be stepping to the outside to dodge that. And then vice versa. You know, big circle, explosion, move out of the group, don't hit them. Yep, laser inside, move back in. There's going to be a laser on the outside. Kill the ad when that comes in. Castigate, just try drop that outside the group. Don't hit your teammates. Does quite a bit of damage actually. Kill those ads quickly. You can see they actually do quite a lot. Make sure they die fast. And that's basically it. Quite a bit of damage coming out of the boss, certainly. Definitely a bit of damage coming out. Could be a little dangerous, but once I think you understand the lasers moving around the room and you kill the ads quickly, you're going to be just fine. So there we go. Moving ahead very, very quickly into the third boss of the instance. Comes up very soon after that. Just make sure, by the way, to clear out all the ads. There's 5 of these caster ads in the room with her. Make sure to clear those out. You're going to be using basically the whole room. This is the Grand Proctor. What's her name? Iron Spikes. Who knows? We'll never know. Beryllia. She's not too bad. So she's fighting the tank. This is where things get interesting. Rite of Supremacy is a 10-second cast. She's going to spawn these little glowy orbs around on the ground. As you pick them up, you're going to stack up a buff, which is going to give you damage reduction. You can see with 4 stacks, really does no damage at all. You're going to be totally fine on Mythic 0. 3 stacks as well, you're also going to be fine. I think get 3 stacks the next time. This is the more dangerous part, this Endless Torment. These circles, they spawn in quite a few of them, and it's pretty fast. You see, I got hit by 1 there, and it chunked me. If you get hit by 2, you might die. If you get hit by 3, you're definitely going to die, I think. So definitely watch out for that. And that's basically the whole fight, right? That's the whole fight. You have the Rite of Supremacy. Gather at least 3 little orbs, so you don't get 1 shot. You can use a defensive if you only have 3 orbs. If you got 2, you'll be fine. But try to go for about 4. It would be pretty good. And you can see here we are with 3. I'm going to pop a defensive, 20% health off, totally fine. Endless Torment is the more dangerous thing. Make sure you dodge those. And that's it. Simple, straightforward. Bing, bam, boom. So long as you dodge the stuff, you're going to kill the boss. It's going to be okay. Bang, yeah. Don't get hit, man. I'm getting hit twice. Leaves a dot on you as well. It's really bad to get hit by that. Don't get hit. It's bad. I'm bad. I cry. Where this gets interesting then. Okay, so actually after this boss, if I go back a little bit, where are we? You're going to see up here at the top, you do have a Naru, or a fragment of a Naru, or something. We didn't really pay attention to the lore. The Essence of Zorali. Grab the Essence of Zorali. It's going to give you an extra action button to make a shield, which is going to remove bleeds, which you can use in the next section, and you will need to use on the final boss as well. So we're going to come in here. You have to fight your way across a bridge, and then you enter into this gauntlet. So you're going down this long corridor. There's multiple packs. Okay, and as you can see, the final boss is actually taking part in this first pack. So you're going to have to fight her down. When you get her low enough, she's going to teleport further down the corridor. You have to fight up through some more packs and then fight her again. And sort of push her back and back and back to the final boss room. As you can see, these Gorgons, these little bear doggo type guys, you're going to constantly get pairs of these Gorgons spawning in. So you're going to be stuck in combat, actually, from what we could see. You will be stuck in combat for the entirety of this little hallway. So mind your mana. You're not going to be able to eat food or anything like that. Once you start this gauntlet, you kind of have to push the whole way through. You can see there is the Naru, the active ability. Puts this circle down. This is actually what you want it to block. Gloom Squall, yeah, it's pretty bad, right? It's pretty bad. And again, because we're in combat, stuck in combat, we're not going to be able to res. But yeah, that Gloom Squall the boss does cast. To be honest with you, I'd never seen her cast it before. Once you hit her to 90% health, she flees. I'd never actually seen her cast this before in this section, only in the boss fight. But yeah, do try to save your active ability for that. Just pop that down. It's going to mitigate a lot of the damage to the Gloom Squall and stop it doing the knockback. So that's what you want to aim for. Yeah, second combat. Anyway, you're going to fight your way down this hallway, kill all the things. You have to fight General Kaal again. I think at 80% health, she's going to peace out. There you go. You see, we did it. We timed the thing this time for Gloom Squall, but she peaced out. We pushed her to 80%. Mid-cast, she stopped the cast and ran away. Awesome. Push further down. Keep on going. General Kaal, again, bring her to 70% health, and she's going to peace out. Goodbye. And yeah, that brings us to the end of the gauntlet, just about. One final pack. Awesome. Tear through them. And yeah, we're almost at the end. You do have these 2 Hunt Masters. These are the guys spawning the Gargons. So kill those off. Again, it's very easy at this point. They don't really do anything that's worth talking about, I don't think. And yeah, you're into the final boss, which does have a few little tricks to it. The biggest trick. He's got to get his fleshcraft. Right, so she obviously starts at 70% health. You only have to bring her to 50% health. Don't have to kill this boss fully. Obviously, it's good because she has 2.2 million health. She has a few abilities which are kind of nasty. So she's going to be stacking up these bleeds on players. And there's nothing you can do to remove it. Or, well, there is, but you don't want to. You can remove it with the active Naru, but you really want to save that for the Gloom Squall cast coming in. They're also going to have these lines appear on the floor. Don't be in them. Step into the safe area. You can certainly use defensives to help your healer deal with this if it's tough for them to heal through. You can see, for example, Zeb has 2 stacks. Enver had 2 stacks. They're going to pop this. This is certainly risky. It's popped a little bit early. I think actually maybe we could have stayed. No, it would have expired. So this is what you need to do if you pop your thing too early. You have to get under the boss. Otherwise, you're going to be knocked off the edge of the platform. Okay, it's like a fixed knockback. So you want to be as close to her as possible. So when you get knocked back, you don't get knocked off the edge. What you're supposed to do is just heal through the bleeds. Heal through the bleeds. And then when she goes to cast Gloom Squall, then you pop it. I think you'll see it here in the next section. So again, watch the lines. Dodge the line. All good. Cool. Don't be stacked up. I think if you're stacked up, it spreads the bleeds, which is kind of bad. Right, so we need to be careful here. Gloom Squall's coming up. There it is. Go into melee as well for the sake of your melee DPS so they can actually do damage. Pop your thing. Poor old Avia actually got knocked back there. But that's basically the fight here. Again, sidestep that stuff. See that that dash actually does get a little nasty. 50% and the boss is defeated. Or 50.4% actually. And there you go. That is the Sanguine Depths. On the whole, I actually thought this was a relatively easy dungeon. A relatively quick dungeon. It felt like there was a lot of trash, but it didn't seem too bad, at least on Mythic 0. Perhaps it was just our item level increasing a little bit. But yeah, there you go. It wasn't too bad. The bosses have a couple of gimmicks to them, but are relatively straightforward. That last boss may be a little bit trickier. If you don't know how to use the Naru, you might find your team getting knocked off the edge and wiping pretty quick. But there you go, guys. I hope that you enjoyed. And I'll see you next time for, I think tomorrow I'll do the other 4 dungeons. Seeing as we covered the 2 Ardenweald and 2 Revendreth today. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.